In Mondstadt, we got the Animo Traveler. In Liyue, the Geo Traveler. Inazuma gave us Electro Traveler, and Sumeru gave us Dendro Traveler. Now, despite their Archon sacrificing herself, Fontaine still gave us the Hydro Traveler. Coming to the 6th nation in Teyvat, which is Natlan, we all waited for the highly anticipated Pyro Traveler. But where did he go? After 4 years into the game, it has become common knowledge that the colors on the Traveler's clothes represent the element that they are currently resonating with. Based on this, the Traveler is expected to have an orange-like glow resembling Pyro on his clothes, but instead we see blue, which is the color of Hydro from Fontaine. Now in the 5.0 livestream, it was said that, unlike other nations, the Traveler would not be able to resonate with Pyro right away, and that this is attributed to whatever unusual issue is happening in Natlan. And that is why we see Hydro Traveler instead of Pyro. Completely understandable. But wait, if you take a look at this Natlan gameplay trailer, the color on the Traveler's clothes are black. Black? What kind of element is black? Capitano's face? Does this mean that Capitano is actually the Traveler? Ooh, okay. Anyways, what does the black color on the Traveler's clothes mean? Well, at the starting of the game, when the Traveler has no powers or hasn't resonated with any of Teyvat's elements yet, the character screen shows a grey color, and if you take a look at the clothes, the color is black. But the problem is that by the time of Natlan, the Traveler has already resonated with 5 other elements, namely Animo, Geo, Electro, Dendro, and Hydro. So just because the Traveler couldn't resonate with Pyro, it wouldn't make him elementless or turn his clothes black. In various occasions, it has also been shown that the Traveler can switch between elements at will and can even use different elements simultaneously. So the black color on Traveler's clothes could mean that the Traveler doesn't have his previous elemental powers, or somebody in charge of the trailer simply messed up. But if you take a look at what's going on around, the Traveler appears to be lined up for some sort of a fighting tournament in Natlan. Maybe it could be possible that this particular tournament only tests raw strength and forbids the use of any elemental powers. But the use of elements is plenty in the fight between Mawika and Capitano, and it also wouldn't explain how the Traveler loses his other elemental powers, causing the clothes to turn black. Let's just leave that for now. According to the livestream, Natlan has been invaded or directly been involved with the Abyss for quite some time. It was also mentioned that it took the combined efforts of the previous Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally be able to repel the Abyss. The effects of the Abyss's invasion has been lingering for more than 100 years, and it's only being reversed little by little. In the trailer, we can even catch a glimpse of a celestial nail, which is known for stopping abyssal corruption and was previously seen in places like the Chasm, Dragonspine, and supposedly Surumi Island. The Pyro Archon Mawika is also said to have been able to achieve an overwhelming victory over the Abyss at some point, but despite all that, things aren't looking good at the moment. Apparently, Natlan is on the verge of destruction and is less than a year before total devastation. It is also said that the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom and has the ability to read the memories of this land at any given moment. This actually gives us a hint at probably why the Traveler couldn't resonate with the Pyro element. The phrase, ability to read the memories of this land, quite possibly refers to the Abyss having control over the ley lines in Natlan, as the ley lines are described to be a network of elemental energy and memories of everything in Teyvat. From the 3.6 Archon Ghost Carrybear, we already saw an instance of the Abyss Order tampering with ley lines, causing the Traveler to experience memories of their twin. Similarly, it could be because of the Abyss's control over ley lines in Natlan that a Traveler cannot access powers of the Pyro element. In a more simpler note, the term ley line in German, meaning flow of elements, implying that the effects of the Abyss are probably disrupting the flow of the Pyro element in Natlan, hence robbing us of the much anticipated Pyro Traveler. In the livestream, it was also mentioned that we will be getting the Pyro Traveler later in the story. So if the Abyss really is the reason for this, then once we solve the Abyssal invasion, things should be back to normal. While this does seem like a more basic and plausible solution, we have one variable that might interrupt, and that is Capitano, or the Fatui. Long since the days of Mondstadt, the Fatui have been on their never-ending pursuit of the 7 Gnosis. Come Natlan, the Pyro Gnosis is the last and final piece that they need, and hence the Fatui has employed their number 1 Harbinger for the task as well. Towards the end of the trailer, we could also see the Pyro Archon engaging in combat with the Fatui's strongest Harbinger. Judging by what we saw from the number 2 and number 4 Harbinger, and given that the top 3 Harbingers have powers rivaling the gods, it would not be so far to guess that Mavica might be fighting a losing battle here. That is unless the Traveler, who has been a mere spectator for most crises in Teyvat, finally gets the spotlight. After Traveler's encounter with Arlecchino, what we understood is that what Traveler needs is a massive power boost. Since Pyro is arguably one of the strongest elements in terms of power, the Pyro Traveler would just be what is needed. Now from what I feel, there could be 3 possibilities as to how this could happen. Number 1. Using the power of the Pyro Gnosis. Early in the Fontaine Archon quest, we heard from Arlecchino herself that she was sent to Fontaine to retrieve the Hydro Gnosis, and that the Tsaritsa had given her permission to use its power first. This gives us the possibility that if a Harbinger can use a Gnosis, then the Traveler can too. This would probably help the Traveler to stop whatever abyssal power lurks in Natlan, as well as get the much needed power up he deserves. But of course, as is tradition, the Gnosis is probably gonna end up with the Fatui anyways. Number 2. The mysterious Sacred Flame. The Stadium of the Sacred Flame is shown in the trailer to be an arena housing the ever-burning Sacred Flame. Also from Newlet's Duke Marketing, we heard of the term Primal Fire. Now while it is doubtful whether Sacred Flame and Primal Fire are the same, or whether they both refer to the Pyro Authority, it could be possible that the Sacred Flame or Primal Fire could hold untold power that could be wielded by the Traveler against the Abyss or the Fatui. Number 3 is Ancient Name. In the trailer we heard of a term called Ancient Name. It was also mentioned that only those who triumph over the Abyss earn the right to be revived, and that defeat not only means death but also destruction of their ancient name, preventing it from being ever inherited again. So basically, people who defeat the Abyss can get revived, and if your ancient name is destroyed, it can never be inherited again. Now earlier in the video we had said that the previous Pyro Archon was able to repel the Abyss away, so maybe it means that the previous Pyro Archon could be revived. Maybe an ode to resurrection is actually talking about the revival of the previous Pyro Archon, whose ancient name hasn't been destroyed and still could be inherited. The fighting tournament happening in Natlan could probably be to find out the strongest warrior worthy of inheriting the ancient name of the previous Pyro Archon. This is hinted in the description of the Agnetus Agate gemstone and the song Anthem of the Savannah. It says, "You embark on a pilgrimage for the wishes of the people. You choose to battle to earn a glorious name." The pilgrimage probably refers to the tournament, which is called the Pilgrimage of the Return of the Sacred Flame, and the name to be earned could probably be the ancient name of the previous Pyro Archon. This could also mean that Mavica, the current Pyro Archon, who is also said to have triumphed over the Abyss, possibly inherited the previous Archon's ancient name, and once a new victor emerges, the name would be inherited by them. But of course, for this, Mavica might have to die or be killed, which is kinda likely seeing how menacing Capitano appears. Now throughout the game, the Traveler has been given many titles for their glorious feats like Honorary Knight in Mondstadt, Hero of Liyue, Swordfish 2 Captain in Inazuma, First Sage of Boyar in Sumeru, and Executioner of Justice in Fontaine. Since in the trailer it is shown that the Traveler is also competing in the tournament, it's highly possible that victory could be guaranteed, along with another title in Natlan, which is the ancient name of the Pyro Archon. So either by using the power of the Pyro Gnosis, or by using power from the Sacred Flame, or by winning the tournament and inheriting the ancient name of the previous Pyro Archon, the Traveler could become the one with the Pyro Authority, succeeding Mavica and turning into the new Pyro Archon.